Steve, it's great to see you again.
Good to see you.
And great to meet you, my friend.
Nice to meet you as well.
I want to know about the first discussion that you two had, how to approach these roles. When you were getting ready to shoot, the first chat that you guys had, what was that discussion?
Probably at Felix's apartment. We spent a couple of weeks rehearsing with Felix and some of the other actors, and I wouldn't even say it was rehearsal necessarily. We kind of went through the script and talked and got to know each other. And specifically about approach, I think we were all on the same page in terms of not wanting to lean into the tropes of what you can generally find in a movie about addiction and recovery. And I think we wanted to kind of stay clear of those sort of things. We were all on the same page about that.
What kind of research did you all do for this? I've read that you were watching some YouTube videos and actually spoke with some addicts, and because not just the addict, but the people that are affected by it, which is you're the dad in this film. I'm curious, what did you do research-wise to get ready for this role? Because it's a pretty incredible subject when you think about it.
Yeah, I think this film is it obviously deals with addiction, the periods of using, but I find its heart is in the recovery process, and recovery process that a lot of young people go through today. And it's hard enough to become an adult, and it's hard enough to become sober with an addiction, but to do both at the same time is a titanic challenge. And so certainly, like I said, there's things on YouTube more for the actual using. You can periods of what the physical symptoms of that would be, and the videos are endless, tragically. But for the actual experience of like rehabs and treatment centers or inpatient rehabs, that was important to talk to people and get a sense of what it is to isolate from your life, but in ambition of having a better life when you go back to it, yeah.
Steve, same question for you, because there were a lot of points in the movie I said, man, I'm done. Not with the film, but with the relationship. And it's very challenging, and you really took on that role just in an incredible way.
Thanks.
So, I mean, I was like, wow, you just really embraced it, which I loved. But how did you get ready for that?
Well, I had kids, for starters. I mean, just having two kids and watching them grow, and you know, speaking to David Sheff, he didn't. You know, I read his book, I read Nic's book, and gleaned a lot from that as source material, but just getting to know him a little bit and his core, sort of the essence of the type of person he is, that was really informative, because he's what you'd hope he'd be. He's just incredibly loving, has an enormous heart, and I know that world. You know, I feel that way about my children. I can completely empathize with just even a fraction of what he was going through during this period of time, and really continues to go through. That's the other thing about this movie, is that it doesn't wrap the story in a nice, neat little bow. There's a lot of ins and outs. There's a lot of complexities, and starts and stops, and it's a tough, you know, it certainly was a tough story to live through, but even portraying a character like that, you bring a lot of it home with you, I think.